Alright, the next assignment is called equivalent ratios, and this problem says select three ratios that are equivalent to 7 to 6. So three ways to write ratios. One way is the way that they show here, 7 colon 6. The other way is you can write it 7 to, it's like using the letter 2 or the word 2, 7 to 6. The other way is to write it as a fraction, like this, 7 over 6. And for our purposes here, it might be helpful to think about it as a fraction, so 7 over 6. Select three ratios, so there can be three correct answers here that are equivalent to 7 over 6 or 7 over 6. Okay, so here what we're thinking about are equivalent ratios, meaning equal. So let's try this here. 7, 6, is that equal to 12 over 14? So is there a number times 7 that gets you 12? I can't think of any. Is there a number times 6 to get you 14? No. So one thing you can do is to cross multiply. 6 times 12 should be the same as 7 times 14. So that's one way you can check. So 7 times 14 is 98. 7 times 14, 98. 6 times 12, 6 times 10 is 60, plus 12 more is 72. So 6 times 12 is 72. So 98 is not equal to 72. So we can rule out this one here. Unselect that one. Okay, so it's not 12 to 14 because when you cross multiply, 98 is not equal to 72. All right, so erase that. So 7 over 6. Let's try this one, 21 over 18. 21 over 18. Now we could cross multiply here, just like we did for the last one, because these are proportions. And when you have proportions, the cross products of the two ratios should equal one another. But we could also just look at this, and I can see what number multiplied by 7 gets me 23. I can see that that's 3. 7 times 3 is 21. And if I try to multiply the denominator by the same, 6 times 3 equals 18. So these are equivalent ratios. You could also say equivalent fractions, means the same thing. So 21 over 18 is the same thing as 7 over 6. Alright, let's try this one, 42, 36. So 42 over 36. So again, you could cross multiply, and if their cross products are equal to one another, then you know they're equivalent ratios. But you could also use your multiplication sense and think about what number times 7 equals 42. That is 6. 7 times 6 equals 42. And down here, if you multiply the denominator by the same thing, 6 times 6 equals 36. So that works. These are equal to one another. Multiply the numerator by 6, multiply the denominator by 6, you get this equivalent ratio. So that works for that one. Oops. Erase that. Alright, let's try the next one. 63 over 54. So does 63 over 54 equal 7 over 6? So I could cross multiply and see if my cross products are equal to one another, but I can see here that 7 times 9 equals 63. And then 6 times 9 equals 54. So those are equivalent. Multiply the numerator by the same thing that I multiplied the denominator, and I get an equivalent ratio. So since it says select 3 ratios that are equivalent, I've already found my 3. So I can check my answer. I'm all done.